I'm going to talk about some old Appalachian words from the old Appalachian dialect that my grandparents used to use. They were born in the 1920s. Some of these words are still used in Appalachia today, and some of them are not very common anymore. When they were saying the days of the week, they would say Mon-dee, Tues-dee, Wens-dee, Thurs-dee, Fri-dee, Saur-dee, Sun-dee. A bracelet, they would pronounce braish-let. Twice, they would pronounce twyst. Instead of saying hello, they would say hi-dee. Instead of saying ruined, they would say rurnt, like that pie is rurnt. Some older Appalachians would also say rurned or roint. Valentine's Day, they would say with an M, like Valentimes Day. A floor vent, they would call a heat register. Instead of saying the toilet, they would say the commode. They called a washcloth a wash rag. They called a washing machine a warsher. They called the laundry the worshin. They called the laundry room the washroom. Some older Appalachians would also call the bathroom the washroom. Instead of saying window, they would say winder or winda. They talked about straw tick mattresses a lot. When they were growing up, they slept on straw tick mattresses, which was basically a mattress stuffed with straw. Instead of saying they were going to town to go shopping, they would say they were going to town to go trade. And that came from when they were growing up, they didn't use money to buy things most of the time. They would take eggs to trade at the store for sugar. They didn't say the plural for miles. They would say that's 3 miles down the road. And they did the same for years. They would just say year, like that was 20 years ago. Sour milk, they would call clabbered milk. Instead of saying, I'm getting ready to go to town, they would say, I'm fixing to go to town. They would say plumb, like I'm plumb wore out, like I'm completely wore out. Instead of saying extra, they would say extra, like I need some extra cream in my coffee. When they answered the phone and someone asked them how they were doing, instead of saying, I'm doing good, my grandma would say, very well, I reckon. Instead of saying kind of, they would say kindly. Like instead of saying he's kind of nice, they would say he's kindly nice. They would use up the road and down the road. Like he lives just up the road there, or she lives right down the road. They would also use a little piece. Like he lives just a little piece down the road. They would say taken pains for being tedious. Like Granddaddy would say, when you're painting, take pains with it to make sure you're doing it right. To tell one on somebody means to tell a lie. They would refer to a family as an outfit. Like if they said his whole outfit's bad, they didn't mean the clothes that he was wearing. They meant his family is bad. No count means no good. Like that burnt pie ain't no count.